okay, here's a question. This source code from last tutorial is working perfectly, no doubts about that. But the question is, what we are going to do if we don't have starting value? And is there any way to get this stuff without our own custom methods? Well, actually, yes. We are learning here about getters and setters. Setters are methods that we are going to use to set value. And obviously, getters are methods through them we are going to use those values. But there is no need to type that much. So let me clean this, okay? We're gonna keep this class storage here operational, and I'm gonna delete this, okay, to simplify things. So in the class storage, we are going to say private string, let's say, okay, because it's simple to understand. Some string, okay, but without any starting value, right? Well, how we are going to set value for this without equal some string, let's say, equal some value? Well, we are going to create like a man in the middle that will be publicly available to class program. And let's do this. Public, that will also be string, and name is up to you. M-I-T-M, man in the middle, string, let's say. So it's like intermediary. It's like lawyer of some string, attorney, let's say. But you will not use semicolon here. You're gonna use this. So, see, immediately you have vertical alignment. I mean, difference a little bit offered by Visual Studio. So, getters and setters, right? Getters are used to get value. Well, we must type get here. This is a C# thing. Get, and then space, and then again curly brackets. Now, when you are getting something, you cannot, if you remember, directly use it in a class storage. You must return it. So actually, you will just type return here. Return what? Return value for that some string. So this is getter. Some string, okay? Now, in here, in brackets, use semicolon, right? And automatically you will have a little bit of space here offered by Visual Studio. So that's cool, that's cool. But also in the same brackets, we are going to use setters. So set, this is C# thing. And again, brackets, but we are not returning anything like up here. We are actually setting a new value. So what is the target here? Well, the target is some string. That will be on the left side, right? Left side, target. Equal new value. So C# stuff, value, okay? And see, all these things, part of C#, they are like in a blue color. And all these black stuff, they are custom stuff, my own stuff, right? Here, you also need to set semicolon, type semicolon. So when you are setting stuff in a class program, in a method main, you're gonna use this approach. And when you're grabbing stuff, you're gonna get that thing what is returned once when you set it. That is theory. Practically, guys, what that means. Let's create object based on a storage class. P1 equals a new storage, and F5 to check that everything is fine. No errors, so cool, we do have object. Okay, how to set this some string to something? Well, we are going to use man in the middle lawyer or attorney, or I don't know how to say this in English. Anyway, guys, what is object here? P1. Is that correct? Yes, it is from here. And directly down there in drop down, you have offered mitm string, which is intermediary. So let's click on it. Okay. Now, because of this, some string equals value. Well, actually, same stuff down there. Equals, okay. So, new value, whatever that is. I'm gonna, for simplicity reasons, just use new value. New value. And that's it. So, when you run this program, this little script, object will be created. Man in the middle, that is public, will be used. And because of this line, this new value will represent this value. And basically, mitm is used to push this stuff through this rule into here, into some string. Okay, so that's the whole purpose of this public intermediary, right? Now, let's press F5 to see that there is no errors. So if there is no errors, there is no any, that means that this sum string right now is set to new value, right? So let's check that. Well, we will use this thing through get method, because this is a getter, okay, this is a setter, this is a field in C# terminology, and this is a, how they call it, property. Now property is, as I said many times up till now, intermediary. So yeah, okay, time for getters. To activate that, well, we are going to use direct operation, because we can now. Console write line, and what are we targeting? Well, P1, which is from class storage, okay, and dot, and now down there, where is that thing? Right, will be mitm string, right? So that's pretty much it. Okay, because this mitm will do both of these jobs. Once when you set value with set, and once when you use it with get, because some string, whatever that thing is now, will be returned, so you can use it here in combination with console write line. And guys, that's it. That's very simple stuff. F5, and there you go, new value. Did you get it? So let's create something here again. For example, down there, we are going to create private integer, let's say number. Okay, no values. We are going to create immediately intermediary publicly available integer, and let's call it a number, let's say. Right? So let's use uppercase N here. Why not? But here you are not going to use semicolon, you're going to set getters and setters. So get, okay, brackets, return what? This number. But first we need to set it with setter. So let's create setter, okay? Set. So this is our target, once when we have it, number, and how we are going to get it? Well, some value must be provided. So you are going to use this value and return every time, so it's really not important what kind of field you are targeting. These things are like constant, get set, return value, return value. Only these, your own custom thingies and names will change, right? So yeah, let's use that down there. We are going to create, for example, another object. Let me put this into comment section because I don't want those lines to be activated. We are going to create, based on storage class, P1 object. So a new storage, okay. That's fine, we do have object, we target P2 object, and let's find it here in options, mitm number, okay, this is what we are targeting, equals some number, for example 5000, let's say, because this is integer here, okay, integer, same data types for private and public, right? So this is a set now. So let's check will that roll, okay, no errors but no results because we are not using getter here. So let's use it, right? Console dot write line, what is target? Well, it is P2 dot, and we are using man in the middle for number, and that's it. That's absolutely it. F5, and we're gonna see 5000 on the screen. There you go. So that's, I think, easier way to set starting positions when you're rolling with your script. Maybe this is a little bit complicated. I don't know how you think about these things, but You can try to use it. I mean, anyway, you're gonna use this into C++, for example, and other programming languages. So if you grasp it here, the syntax is in those other languages is not that complicated. There is not too much difference. You're gonna have getters and setters and also those constructors, construct method all over the place. So play around with just this, for example, simple scenario, and when you grasp that, how getters and setters work, then go to another example. But I think that this is pretty much obvious, you know. So fields, properties, get method and set method. So first, I mean, you can use these things only when you set it first, right? So object creation, then you set stuff through intermediary to specific value, and then you use it also through intermediary. How awesome is that? Okay guys, thank you for watching as always. Support this channel with sharing. Sharing is caring. And yep, see ya in a couple of minutes or maybe tomorrow in the morning with the new tutorials. Right, see ya there.